Lamar Smith here with reFLEXtionsTV, and today we have Monique TaChae. Monique TaChae is a local singer-songwriter from Toledo, Ohio. So Monique TaChae, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Monique TaChae, and I'm a Toledo native, singer, songwriter, signed with Audio Dream Records, and yeah, I enjoy doing music.
All right. Now, Audio Dream Records, what is Audio Dream Records per se, and how did you get involved with Audio Dream?
Audio Dream Records is a popular recording company here in Toledo, and they discovered me, from me just singing around and doing local shows. They noticed me and reached out, and we connected, and we've been working together for a couple of years now.
Okay. All right. Now, how old were you when you started singing and writing songs and getting into the music?
Wow. I've been writing. Well, I've been singing since I can remember. I would say since I was about 3, and singing music was just a really big thing in the household. My mom would blast Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, and my father was a singer. So, me and my sisters, we would all play like we were in Vogue and SWV and Escape. And my dad would just kind of like have us all perform, and, just like we had our own little concert at the house. So, it's always been in the household, and I've always loved music. It's funny. My mom actually said I started out crying. I was a crybaby. So
Crying a song.
She said it turned into music. She started playing music for me, and my crying turned into music, singing. So yeah, I've always enjoyed the sound of music. I knew it was something special, and it's always been there.
Okay. Now you said you started out singing young. So do you have a story like Tina Turner in the church, or you got a story like Michael Jackson family in the living room?
More like the Michael Jackson family in the living room. It's all just singing. Like I said, in Vogue, SWV. Like I was Coco in SWV. I would play like I was Coco, and actually I sang in maybe a junior church choir when I was really really young. But no, I never really put it out there. That as I got older, I never really told people I could sing. If you knew me, you knew I could sing, but I never really was the girl in the hallways, bragging and singing at the top of her lungs so I could be heard. I never was that girl. I just kept to myself. My friends knew I sung, my family knew, but yeah, I just
did your own thing. Now, besides your father, did anyone else in your household, like your sisters, like you said you used to play sing with them, did they pursue singing or go on to do other things?
I would say everybody in the house can hold a tune. I'm not gonna say they can sing, but they can hold a tune. But we all love music. Everybody in my family has an ear for music. Not everybody can, take the center stage, but
And you were the shining star.
Bling bling.
Okay. Okay. Now, as far as school goes and growing up, I know you mentioned you sung in choirs and did musicals and all that stuff. What high school did you attend?
I attended Rogers Rams. Yeah, I was the last class to graduate from the historical building, so class of 2006. Yeah, I attended Rogers, and I sung in musicals, from Footloose to Cinderella. I actually got the lead role for Whitney Houston as a fairy godmother, and that was my big dream to get a huge role in high school. So that's really all I did. I never really sung in choirs. I never really was a fan of choirs. I was, like I said, I wasn't the girl who was so into just putting it out there. It wasn't until after I graduated high school that I really started to realize that you have a gift, you need to use it.
Right.
So when I was in high school, I didn't really, I would do stuff here and there. Like I said, I do the musicals, but I never really cared about choirs. It's just never cared about it.
That's surprising, because I know I hear a lot of people talk about singing in choirs when they sing. You know, that's like their foundation when they started. So that's surprising that you strayed away from that, but you still, you know, excel as far as being a local songwriter and singer. You excel from not even being in a choir. So.
What it was I was more of a writer. So I wasn't the girl who, I sang, you know, like I said, my close friends and family knew, but I was more of a writer. You know, I kept to myself. I kept everything in my notebooks. It wasn't me putting it all out there to everybody else. It was my secret. It was something I kept for myself, and I held it in for a while until I matured in my gift, and I realized that it was time for me to start using it. So, like I said, when I was younger, I was writing. I started writing when I was 11, and I would use industry beats first. I would like take let's say like a Brandy song. Brandy's my favorite artist, by the way. So I would take Brandy, sitting up in my room. I'll probably just change the words around and say something like, I don't know what to do, something like that, you know. So I would just I would rewrite an entire song using the same melody, and that's actually how it started. You know, being goofy, making, changing around the lyrics, and then eventually I just kind of started to write my own music. So it kind of grew. It was like a flower. It started out as a seed and just started planting and watering it, and it bloomed.
It grew into a beautiful flower named Monique TaChae. Okay, now as far as school goes, I know you continued. I read a little bit about yourself, but I know you continued on to college and you have your bachelor's in journalism.
Yes,
where did you attend school?
My alma mater, Central State University.
Okay, HBCU, stand up.
I love my HBCU. I went to Central State University, and there I sung, actually finally joined choir in college. And I needed to, fill up my schedule. Not saying I just did it by default, but I was ready to, find a social group, be a part of something when I was in college. And that was just the number one answer for me, join choir, learn some different styles of music. Like I said, I was beginning to mature after high school. So I learned classical. I studied jazz when I was in college. So I think all those things kind of helped, my voice to grow too. It helped, a lot to, the transformation.
That's good. And I was going to ask you, did it teach you anything or any different dynamics of as far as singing goes, taking on those courses and just learning different things?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely helped. Definitely helped with my growth. My vocal growth. My vocal growth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, what did you go to Central State for? What did you major in?
When I went to, I always wanted to be something in the arts, something, I've always liked to write, and honestly, I didn't realize that I wanted to get into journalism until my sophomore year. So freshman year, I was just kind of taking classes. I wanted to sing. I wanted to do something with the arts, fashion, and just didn't quite work out that way. I ended up meeting a few people, and they're like, well, maybe you should get into, because I've always been a great writer, and maybe you should, get into journalism or, study English. So I just kind of got into it, and I got into it. I did about 3 internships undergrad. So I was busy. I was just always working. I was known to be a hard worker. I started my own book club. So I was known to be a good writer when I was in college. So I ended up, just focusing more on that, more so music, and then I kind of started to merge the two somehow, and, it kind of worked out after I graduated college.
Now, would you say you writing at such a young age, your own music benefited, your choice in college of going into the journalism and your writing structure in college? Did you benefit from starting so young and going into college writing as far as that goes?
Yeah. One of my favorite subjects has always been English. So I've always excelled in writing, always. Whether it was music, books, news, I just love to write. I just always kept a notebook. Kept my journal entries. I kept a diary. So I was always just writing, and just being a writer, you just start to write all types of things, just from poetry, music, books, like I said, just everything, just a little bit of everything.
So what made you go from veering from, you said you focused a lot on the journalism and the writing in college, to go the other avenue and just now focus on the music?
time.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any younger, and I think timing is everything. And I knew always when I was in high school, Monique, you're going to college. I knew that without a doubt. Monique, you're going to college.
I think that's everyone's plan.
Yeah, and I felt like too, and I don't have to get a music degree to be a singer, you know. So I'm like, why not have a backup plan? Get your degree in your, journalism, something that you love to do as well. You know, I looked at it as a backup plan. You know, so if the music didn't work out, I can fall back on my degree. So I was, I always wanted to go to college. I wanted that historic, that HBCU experience. I wanted that. I wanted to always go to college. So I made sure I did that. And now I'm doing what I love. I'm doing music. I feel like I was born to do music, and I'm into public relations now, so I kind of do both, and it does help because sometimes I can help promote myself. I know how to put myself out there, and I know how to network with people. So those skills I obtained when I was in college too, which I think also. So we just recently released my single Touch Away, and we shot the music video not too long ago, so we'll be releasing that as well this month actually, so I'm really excited.
That's good. Okay, now where can people go to listen to Touch Away and other singles and follow you on your journey and watch the video once it comes out?
Yeah, free download, Reverb Nation, under Monique TaChae. That's MoniqueTaCh. Also SoundCloud. They can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Everything is under Monique TaChae. So I'm very easy to find, very easy to follow. And also, if you want to see other performances and just learn a little bit more about me, you can also find me on YouTube.
Okay.
Subscribe.
And speaking of other performances, I see you have a show this Saturday, October 4th. Where can they come and watch you perform?
Yeah, right here in Toledo. I'll be performing at the Ohio Natural Hair Health and Beauty Expo, and it's something held every year. And I normally perform there every year. It's an amazing journey for natural, women with natural hair and health and beauty. And so I'll be there this Saturday. So you guys come out, see me perform.
This Saturday, people, Toledo, Ohio.
This Saturday.
Go see her perform. Okay, now can we get a little snippet of Touch Away?
Sure. I gave you my heart, I gave you control, and you don't even know it, and baby you don't even know. I dream about, I write about you. I dream about, I write about you. But you're a touch away.
Alright, good job. Alright, y'all, we got Monique TaChae here on reFLEXions TV. And one more time, where can they follow you?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe, follow. Everything is under Monique TaChae, at Monique TaChae.
Okay, and this is Amara Smith with reFLEXions TV. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at reFLEXions TV, and subscribe to our YouTube page, youtube.com/reFLEXionsTV.